Hi guys, welcome to today's vlog. So in this video I'm going to show you, I think it's from June 6th, I am going to be talking about some stuff that's a little bit graphic, so I apologize in advance if it's a little bit too much. I just, honestly, this is just a little bit of a rant. So one thing I would like to say in the beginning of this video, so back in June, some weird stuff was going on with my cycle, and I was talking to my grandma, and she suggested that I might have scar tissue. And as if you look on the IUD, that's not good. IED is an explosive. If you look back on the Mirena IUD website at their pamphlets, everything, they'll tell you there's a possibility that it's going to leave scar tissue, okay? And when I talked to my doctor about this, she swept the whole thing under the rug. She didn't give a second thought to what I was saying at all. She just said, well, no, that doesn't make any sense, so that can't be. Why not? It says it on the pamphlets. So, without further ado, I present to you my rant about being confused and frustrated about the possibility of having scar tissue. Hi, today is June 6th, 2018. It's June 18th. I'm so bad with that. It's June 18th, 2018. And I have some concerns. So I was going to schedule an appointment for my doctor today, but my phone just happened to run out of service today, and I don't really have money currently to afford to pay it. So I can't get that done now. I'm going to have to find another way to get that dealt with. And Boost Mobile stopped doing the 35 deal plans and started just doing the 50 deal plans. So I'm kind of SOL right now when it comes to that. But some things that I wanted to talk about is, so first of all, at this point, I am exactly (32 days past ovulation, and my period is currently 19 days late. I took a pregnancy test yesterday morning, and it was totally negative. And Father's Day was this last weekend. So, I was talking to my aunt and my grandmother, and they said that there is a possibility that I could maybe have some scar tissue. Now, here is where I'm going to go into my story about why this might be a thing. So yeah. So, if you've watched the rest of the vlogs, you know all of my symptoms and stuff like that I've been having, the fake pregnancies symptoms, the problems with my breasts hurting while one nipple hurts 1 month and the next nipple hurts the next month, and then my period comes and my boobs always hurt like about a week before my period is going to start. And then also the first couple months my period was staggered, so I wouldn't have it. I put it in that I had it. Maybe I didn't pay attention to having it, but from my perspective, I don't remember having a period in December, for example. And then also when it came to January, February, I didn't have a period then either. And, well, I had a period in January, had sex, and then I didn't have one until end of February. I didn't have one in January or anything, and I had no baseline of where to begin. So there was like a good 2 months that my period didn't come. And 2 or 3 months, something like crazy like that my period didn't come. And so now we're at this part, and I'm talking to my grandma, and a year before we started trying, or more, like a little bit more than that, I had a IUD. I didn't even have it maybe for a year. I don't even think I had it for that long. Maybe nine months to a year is how long I had it in. And I started to develop some pain in that area, and it started to be frequent. So I was worried that it had punctured through the wall of my uterus. So I went in, I got ultrasounds, I got all this other stuff, and at the end of the day, they're like, there's nothing wrong with it. So we don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know why I'm in so much pain. Anytime I have intercourse, I've been in pain since I've gotten it, and now, anytime at all, I'm just in pain. I've been in pain for the last couple days with it. And they said, well, we don't know why you're in pain. We don't know what's going on. We can take it out for you if you'd like. So, they took it out. They just ripped out. I said, yep, just get rid of it. Don't want it. They took it out. And this is where this problem is coming from now. Okay, they took it out. They were supposed to clean me out after taking it out. And I'm not sure if I remember being told to go to the OBGYN, if I did go to the OBGYN, if they cleaned me out like they were supposed to. I don't know what happened with any of that. I don't remember those things happening or not happening. So I have no idea if I even went to see the OBGYN after it was taken out. I have no idea if it was cleaned out properly. So when I was talking to my Nana, she said, did they clean you out? And I said, what? I don't think so. I don't know. And she said, well, if they didn't, then it's a possibility that scar tissue has formed. So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, that could be a thing, right? Because this was just this last weekend, because I was talking to her about all of these different things that had happened, the missed periods for a couple months, the fake pregnancy symptoms, the consistent missing of a period every time we get close to doing what we're supposed to do, and just negative pregnancy test after negative pregnancy test, the things with my breasts, telling her all this stuff, right? She says that, oh yeah, well, could be this. And she's right, I could have scar tissue. I could have ovarian cyst syndrome. I could have any of those things. So this last time, and I have logged some of this, so this last time, what ended up happening is we had intercourse the day before we ovulated. We had intercourse every other day before that, and really set up a schedule. We felt like we did everything right. We're feeling really confident about it. And then I said to myself, if my period doesn't come in a week from my prediction date, then I'll test, and we'll see where I am. And we'll see what's going on. Okay? So, my period's irregular. If you see this, then you'll understand that my period's definitely irregular. So I never really understand when it's late, and maybe it's never late because it happens when it's meant to happen. But the last 2 times I've had sex have not been for reproduction purposes or anything of that nature. They've just been offhand, like, well, we're waiting for your period to start, let's just have sex, you know, whatever kind of a thing. And the first time I didn't think anything of it. I thought, because it was right around the time my period should have started, but my period hadn't started. So me and my husband had sex, and then I spotted a little after. So some pink spotting after. Then the next time we had sex was just a couple nights ago. It was, I think, last night. And when I wiped after I was done going to the bathroom afterwards, there was again pink tinged, what appeared to be blood on the toilet paper. So at this point, I don't know what to think. I thought my period, that was going to be my period starting 2 times. One when it was supposed to start, and one just recently. And honestly, the flow has gone away. There was some cramping after intercourse last night. So it really did seem like my period was going to start, but then it didn't start. And so I'm here, and I'm confused, and I can't call and make an appointment at my doctor's office because my phone has decided that today was the day it needed to go down on payment and stop giving me service, and I can't afford to pay for it to fix that situation. So me and my husband are in a tricky situation. I'm looking for work. I need to schedule an appointment within the next couple of days because those appointments take forever. And if it is something as simple as scar tissue, we're going to need to develop a plan. on how to deal with this situation. So that's where I'm at this point. Not sure what to think. Freaking out a little bit. I've had a really busy couple weeks. I haven't really been thinking about my period. But every now and then I'll be like, oh, has it come? You know, how late is it? At this point, it's 19 days late, projected from when it should started, and so I'm really not sure. And for any of you that don't understand how many weeks it's been since ovulation, it's been on the 20th, it will have been 5 weeks since ovulation. So, that's where I'm at. I don't understand anything that's going on. All my tests have been negative. I'm going to keep testing either until my period comes or up to 6 weeks. Just because that's how there's been issues with my cousin testing every day until she was at 6 weeks to get her BFP. And so maybe my HCG is just low and I am pregnant, and that's why my period hasn't come, and that's why I was bleeding after intercourse. But maybe something else is going on. So we're not really sure what's happening. It's scary. And I just kind of have to play the waiting game for a couple more days. I'm going to test in a couple more days. And if my period still doesn't come after I've tested for 6 weeks, then I'm going to keep testing every week just to see, because it shouldn't be at the point where I don't have any period at all if I'm not pregnant. So, yeah, and it's not something I'm stressing out about all the time. But every now and then I have to reevaluate it, obviously, because something is not the way it should be. It should have come at least this week, you know. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens, but right now I'm not really sure what's going on, and maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. It's just really complicated and difficult is all, and it creates a lot of issues, but you know, it is what it is. So, well, I'm gonna get going now, and I've got a job application to fill out. Hopefully I get an interview with this job. I really want it, so we'll see how that goes. My husband's gonna help me later with the application and the resume and stuff, so we'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, I just wanted to log my concerns, log the fact that I haven't been able to make an appointment, but I'm trying, stuff like that, kind of just figure everything out. But until next time, I will see you. And yeah, so as you can clearly see, there's every reason for me to believe that I could potentially have scar tissue. And when I went in to talk to my doctor, she brushed the entire situation under the rug and wouldn't even give it a second thought. And so now that we are approaching December, and it's looking like my November into December cycle, or at least my October into November cycle, it's looking like that cycle is skipping. Like that, I've been testing, it's coming up negative, my period isn't coming, my period is currently 17 days late. That's a lot of time that it should be late, and there's no sign of it coming anytime soon. So for me, there's every reason for me to still believe to this day, which is, it's now November, there's every reason for me to believe that I might have scar tissue. And when we talk about possible reasons why we're not getting pregnant, and I request to go talk to a fertility specialist and a real OBGYN, because my doctor is not an OBGYN, let's just clarify that. She's just a primary care physician, and she knows very little about it. And you know what? The VA honestly has very low quality standards on women's health. They just do. They have maybe a clinic every like Monday or Thursday or something like that, like once a week. And there's a huge neglect on women's health from the VA. Which really sucks, because there's a lot of women out there that go out and do and serve their country. And now we've got the draft for women, so that women can be drafted in the military the same as men, to kind of bring everyone up to like equality standards in that specific event. So honestly, the VA needs to step up their female healthcare really badly. I'm blessed and glad that I can at least have the veteran's choice, because honestly, that allows me to go see an OBGYN, that allows me to go see a fertility specialist. And right now, we are approaching a year of TTC. We don't know what's going to happen, but we just want to know, is there something preventing it? Is there something we need to change or do differently? And my doctor's response was just, oh, I'll see you in December and you'll be pregnant by then. And I was like, you don't know that. Like, I could not be, and now you're setting me up for failure. You're making me think, hey, I'm going to be pregnant next time I come in. That's not true. Like, this lady, she doesn't know what she's doing in the sense of dealing with women's health. And I think she doesn't even know when to write up a request. And I even went in, because my mother has just been diagnosed with celiac recently. I even went into this doctor and said, my mom got diagnosed with celiac. Is there any way you could give me a test? And they said, well, we're not going to test you until you do a 6-week elimination diet, which is a load of crap. My mom goes to OHSU, and she said that she literally got a blood test to show that she had it, and an autopsy on her stomach, and that's what she got, But it's like, they can run those tests super easy. Super easy. There's no reason for me to go on a 6-week elimination diet just to see if I might have celiac. She said it's not that big of a deal. It's not like we have to test you or anything like that. I'm like, why not? Like, I've had friends that have celiac. I have friends that I've worked with that have celiac, and they were concerned about passing it on to their child, and they were like, well, the child needs to get tested and all these other things. It's a big deal. And this doctor that I have is really starting to irritate me. So, I need a new doctor. I cannot wait for my year mark so that I can ask for a real OBGYN and a fertility specialist so that we can figure out, even if it's something minor, that we can figure out maybe what's going on and help me and Louie to conceive, to succeed, because honestly at this point it's just been, well, just try naturally and it'll happen. And I keep hearing that from people. Like, I love them to death, but like, I keep hearing that from people, like, it'll happen. But maybe it's not gonna happen the way you think it's gonna happen. Maybe there's this huge thing that needs to happen. Maybe there's something blocking it. Maybe there's an issue making it not work right. Maybe my husband has a low sperm count. Maybe I have scar tissue. Maybe we need to make a lifestyle change. Those things are all possibilities. And to say, oh, it's just going to happen, that's total load of crap, because you don't know that. And to make that promise to me, or to say that to me, you don't know if it's going to happen or not. The thing is, at this point, we need to get some testing in here. We need to get some stuff done. And so I'm so grateful that it's almost been a year, because I really just want to know what the hell is going on. My husband's got some self-doubt. I've got self-doubt. We feel terrible because nothing has come of this. And we would just like to know what's really going on. You know, we would just like to know if we're clear, you know, if we're healthy, if everything is working right for the both of us. And not just worry about maybe something's off, maybe something's not working right, maybe that's what's keeping us from conceiving. That's very frustrating. And to go to my doctor and be told that every month that I go, I've gone 3 times this year to the doctor to talk to her about this, and every time she's totally written off what I'm doing. So she said we can't even toss around the word fertility or anything like that, but the doctor at the very least could have given me assistance. She could have prescribed me a better prenatal vitamin. She could have suggested some lifestyle changes, anything. She hasn't done anything since having her. And it's been super infuriating, because you know what? I'm a veteran and I deserve proper care. And I know that there's a lot of veterans out there that are not getting proper care, especially women's health is a huge gap in the VA. And I think, honestly, it's the worst, because I can't even get a straight answer. I can't even get a test to see if I might have celiac. I have to go on a 6-week elimination diet, which at that time when I was told to do that, I can't afford that. You guys are supposed to give me the tests that I need and the, you know, examinations that I need to make sure to eliminate any possibility of celiac, to eliminate any possibility that my there's scar tissue over my tubes. Look at my chart, see what happened. Did I go get cleaned out? Did I, what happened? Like, those things are important. And as the patient, as the person whose body it is, it's important for me to know if those things are going on so that I can adjust my habits and my lifestyle accordingly, and my husband can adjust his lifestyle and habits accordingly. This has just been super infuriating, and I just want you guys to understand, like, the VA helps so many people, but there's huge gaps of oversight where it does not help women the best that it can. It doesn't. And it fucking pisses me off, honestly, to be honest. It makes me so angry because I served this country. I have friends that are women that served this country. I have two friends at least that are best friends from my hometown, from high school. They have both served in the military, and you know what? They have the same fucking issues with the VA. They have the same fucking problems, and they deserve to have their fucking fertility taken into account and their female health considered important. You know, that is one of the worst things, and it's so frustrating. There's so many women I served with that I know have had just as much problems. And honestly, I am so frustrated at my doctor from the VA, and I just cannot wait to get a real fucking doctor, because this person doesn't even know how to look into anything. She just writes everything I say off. She doesn't listen to what I'm saying to her, and she doesn't take anything into account. She doesn't come up with a plan of action to eliminate or alleviate worry or the things that might be happening. She hasn't come up with a course of action to get me pregnant. She hasn't come up with anything, and it's all really, really fucked up for me, because honestly, I want to know what the hell's going on. And this is the end of this rant video. This is this huge rant video. But I know at this time I was not pregnant, because it's November and I'm still not pregnant, but I would like to have better healthcare in the military for women, women's health, and women's specific unique health needs. Those things are something that's huge that needs to be worked on. And I really just cannot wait to get an outside doctor. I am just super anxious at this point. Like, December is right around the corner, and I need to be calling in soon to make an appointment with the VA, because I just really cannot wait to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time, please do not forget to like and subscribe for more content. And thank you guys for watching. Bye!